All right, this is breakfast at 10:55 a.m. on August 4th, 2026. And my goal for eating nowadays is to just be healthy. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to gain weight. I haven't done any resistance training for going on 8 months. And my goals are to be a healthy body weight so I can learn and become a dancer. Previously in life, I had done everything I could to be big and strong. Like my dad, he played in the NFL, and I always wanted to be Superman like him, right? So I have this is totally unnecessary. It's fun, but it's kind of unnecessary for me, and chasing that goal kind of led me away from me, right? I wanted to be seen and accepted by other people and validated for muscle, which is not who I am in my heart. I'm not saying that's a bad goal. I learned many things, met many people, it was fun. Things aren't all bad and aren't all good. But anyway, so today I'm gonna do avocado toast. Big avocado, a huge avocado, like as big as my fist. And put that on sourdough bread. I'm gonna sprinkle some lemon on that and pepper. I would like to do white pepper, but I don't have any. The Chinese white pepper that's very finely grained is really good. So lemon and pepper on top of the avocado toasted sourdough. And then 3 eggs, 1 egg for the partner. And then 3 slices of bacon with some sauteed broccoli, sauteed on top of the bacon. Just close the lid and let the oil from the bacon saute that. And then also some diced onions. And if I was really going hard, I'd do some garlic too. So some fun stuff, and I'll probably add a little bit of kimchi and yogurt at the end, just for probiotics. But yeah, eating real food, minimal packaging, and just trying to be myself. Okay, cool. So what is it? It's the 4th of August today, 2026. This is my second meal of the day. I had my first meal around 11 or noon, I think. Yeah, around 11 or noon. And now it's 8:30 p.m. All I've had in between now is lemon water. And what I'm gonna have is I'm gonna have a half onion diced up, 6 cloves of garlic, because you can't get enough garlic. This stuff is so good for you, and it's also the taste. It's just amazing. And I did a tablespoon of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I like to caramelize the onions and the garlic with butter and olive oil. I think it's good. And then I did 6 leaves of kale and just some leftover broccoli, and then diced up, not diced, but cubed potatoes. And we'll saute that alongside maybe like 1.5 pounds of red meat. And so those are the 2 meals of the day, and then we'll finish it off with kimchi. So yeah, we're chilling. So I'm gonna finish doing this thing right here, the onion. I think it's really important to eat healthy and eat things that don't have a package on it, because that's how our bodies are made, and I deserve to put the best resources in. And today, I'm learning how to not eat for a strategy, but just to listen to my body, because my body knows what it needs. And I'm moving out of the space of like eating like, oh, I need to like get bigger for muscle or this or that or body image stuff. And I'm learning to like try to eat like a slower pace, so it's not like I'm just jamming nutrients down my throat. I'm trying to like take like 15 minutes to eat the meal, and that way I can kind of listen to what my body actually wants. And I want to do this for, I think like long-term changes would take like 6 months or a year, and I want to see how my body changes, because since sophomore year in high school I ate with a purpose of gaining muscle, so I don't know how my body's actually supposed to be. So I just want to let you guys know my goals for eating, because if you want it, there's not like any one best way to eat, right? Like if I was in the mode of being an athlete and I wanted to like support my goal there, that goal is going to be different from someone else's goal, and also depending on activity level. Like if you work a sedentary job and you only get to work out like hard once a day or 3 times a week, you're going to eat differently than somebody who's a construction worker or somebody who's this triathlon and blah blah blah. So like what I would suggest is knowing the balance between listening to your body and also reaching the goal. Like there's times when I would want to have ice cream because I literally just cannot fit in enough nutrients. So like, don't be so dogmatic about stuff. It's something I really have learned in like the whole journey of fitness, and like frankly like having like a body image thing is like I've like learned how to maximize stuff, and like I find that like my body actually responds really well when I'm not trying to be super perfect. Like I'm just happier, and like my workouts are better, and I think it's just more sustainable. But I wouldn't shame yourself if you're going through a time like that, because we kind of need to burn up all of our desires and what we actually want to do in order to learn, right? Because if somebody had just told me to do it one way, then it wouldn't have come from my gut, and then I wouldn't have like learned from my process as deeply, right? Whereas if I was following what I thought was right, I should just follow it and be consistent and learn from it, rather than like always listening to a new thing, if this makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is like think about it for yourself and come up with a logic yourself. But anyway, let's throw this on right here and we'll just get a little view of the steak, and then I'll get out of your guys' ears. Cast iron. And by the way, like if you're trying to get in good shape and look good, I've literally kept a good, good looking physique. Not that that's what's important, but I've kept that for over 15 to 20 years doing engineering, working at an engineering company, a biotech, and then also in esports, where I'm sitting down in a chair literally 12 to 14 hours a day. So like what I'm trying to say is that I'm confident in how to get results. So if you want to ask me any questions or something like that, like how to work out or how to eat, then like I'm down to help, because I don't want people to like feel like they don't know what to do. And if you just want to like share your thoughts, any questions, don't worry about it. Happy to help other people reach their goals and just learn about you. So please reach out. Anyway, that's August 4th, 2026. 1 potato, half an onion, 6 cloves of garlic, 6 leaves of kale, sauteing all of that. And then we're gonna do a steak. So we're getting carbs, fats, protein, lots of veggies. I feel like veggies are kind of like the toothbrush for my digestive system. And then we're gonna finish with a little kimchi to get probiotics. Sometimes you gotta eat for a purpose. And have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. I know my market niche is not like how to cook things. All right, there's obviously people I cook at this and that, but I've cooked meat a lot of times. I'm 37 now, and I remember when I was 17 in high school, so that's 20 years. For varsity football, we would have 2-a-day practices, and a bunch of the guys would come over to my house in between practice 1 and practice 2, and they would bring their meat, or I would provide it, or whatever. There's a lot of meat, and there's the barbecue, and we're outside of the pool, and I was always the one who was cooking. So I've made a lot of mistakes, and yeah, so what I like to do is I like to buy like a thick steak, and I like to cook it on low heat in the oven, like 325 for anywhere from 15 or to literally 27 minutes if you have like a really heavy steak. 325 for 15 to 27 minutes, or however you like the doneness. And then you get a piping hot cast iron with high smoke point oil, like avocado oil. So like if I had the high heat on like I do now with butter, and I was in an apartment with like one of those smoke things, smoke signal thermometer, whatever, I can't think of the word, smoke alarms, then this would be setting it off right now because it would smoke the oil. So you need high smoke point oil, and then you do like maybe 1 minute on each side. And then my favorite part is actually to sear the edges where the fat is. Like if I get a fatty piece of meat, like a ribeye, I really like getting the salt on there, and then at the end, putting it on that salt edge against a really hot cast iron. And then I think it's really good. And then earlier we sauteed the potato, kale, onion, garlic, and a little bit of bacon in there, just one slice of bacon. And yeah, with butter and olive oil, so we're chilling. That's that. Enjoy. So as you can see, it's pretty crispy looking, right? It's not burnt, it's not black. You can see that kind of like golden brown. It's hard when I touch it. When I touch this, it's kind of hard. That's how I like it. It's about a minute and a half on each side, depending on how hot the flames can get. Yep. Don't be afraid to follow what your body's telling you. This stuff has been engineered, evolved through millennia. Cousin, don't live up here so much. Oh! You feel me?
Hey, dude! Show me some chat.
Which means only I will accept me if I'm putting off happiness until...
Dude!
Yeah, it's easy for you to say.